Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I finally have a name to give you guys. I figured it out last week I think it was, and I finally got it changed on YouTube. Took a few days for it to show up as changed, and then it's just now finally showing up to where it is searchable. The name I chose is Amethyst Moon, and I got that from actually an idea that my 13-year-old daughter gave me, because she is a warrior cat freak. She constantly is reading their books and loves everything about them. And she was asking me the other day what if I was a warrior cat, what my warrior cat name would be. So I thought about it and I'm like, well, Amethyst Moon. Amethyst is my birthstone and one of my favorite stones. It's purple, which is one of my favorite colors other than black, so I thought, well, that's perfect. And I love the moon. I am a big moon person, so I love being out on a moonlit night, especially, on a full moon, especially when it's so bright and beautiful and glorious. I go out all the time, take my camera out and take different shots of the moon and everything, and I plan on taking some of the pictures I've took, and I'm going to try to make some resin pieces out of them. So I figured two perfect things I love, so it's a perfect name. So I took a little poll on Facebook with all my friends, and they all loved it and said, yeah, that's a perfect name. So here we are. Now, my channel is called Amethyst Moon. The only downfall with that is there is, excuse me, quite a few other channels actually that have the same name. None of them have, and that I've seen, have any new videos. They're all, year to 2 years, some 3 years ago they uploaded videos, so I don't know if they're active channels or anything, but I'm gonna see how this goes with my name the way it is, and if it seems to be, too much confusion, or I'm not getting enough hits or anything, or people aren't able to find me too easily because there are so many others with that particular name, then I might add like creations to the end of it, or crafts or something to that effect that kind of will help me be found a little bit easier than I am. Because when you search for Amethyst Moon, I'm actually, quite a few ways down the page. But that's okay right now. Like I said, I'm going to experiment with it. It's all trial and error. But today, without further ado, now that we got that out of the way, I'm here today to do a review of some markers I bought. Now, these ones are the Artist Loft dual tip sketch markers. They are a product of Michael's. And these ones on the website, I believe, cost around 60 some bucks, maybe 70. They're pretty spendy on there. And if you get a 50% off coupon, it helps a whole lot. These ones are their small 6-pack. This one, by the way, it's a 24-pack. This one is a 6-pack, and it is $20 at their store. So the prices vary. They're not, they're cheaper than Copic by far. And they're a pretty good alternative for them. I mean, this one, the 24-pack, came with a variety of colors. I've got a whole bunch of different ones. I mean, I've got a couple pastel, a pink and a blue. I've got a coral. I've got a pastel green sea foam color. I've got a crimson. I don't have any regular red, but that's okay. I can buy it in different ones. But I've got some green, some blues, some kind of a pinky purples, some purples, a black and a gray. I got a colorless blender that came in there, and then I got some flesh tones, which was really awesome because I had no flesh colored markers, so that is really nice. And I did use some of these on a coloring page, and they were really good. And then I got a few browns. Then the one I got the other day, when I went to Michael's, I got a few more blues. I got a pastel blue, it's just regular pastel. This one over here is, oh, no, same one. So I got two of that one, which is cool because it's a nice color. And then I got denim, sand, mocha, spearmint green, and then sage. So I got a few more of them. I'm going to get a few more. I think online it showed when you can buy, because you can buy them individually online as well as in store. And it showed that there was 56 color options online. So I may get some more of them. I am also going to invest in some. I think another cheap alternative I've watched on YouTube a few people reviewing them was one's, I think Touch 5, I think is what they're called. And they have the chunky nib on the end like these do, but then they have, instead of the brush nib, they have the little bullet end, I think is what it's called. If it's wrong, I apologize, but I believe that's what it's called. And that one is good for fine details, because I did some coloring. It isn't done, and I apologize if it looks bad, but I did some coloring, and like for the details of the hair and stuff, and like the mane, it's hard to get into these with either one of these nibs, because they are pretty fat, and on the darker colors of the brush nib, the color, if you get too close to the edge, then I'm used to, like, you know, tracing around my edges when I color, so I can make it look, you know, make it outlined and stuff, and then I color the inside. It's always been how I've colored, but that, when I do it that way, it has a tendency to seep out and bleed into around the edges, so I'm going out of lines constantly, which is, you know, annoying as heck. And I'm when I don't like to go out of the lines, so yeah, you can see like right on his tail and stuff, I got too close to the edge, and it kind of bled over, and that drives me bloody crazy. But I got, you know, I understand what it was. It was just, you know, how to do it. You got to get almost to the edge of it. So it's a little bit harder, but I want to get some of the ones with the fine nib end that I can do, so I can do like little lines, like individual strands of hair and things like that, when I'm doing something really small like this in detail. For the big open spaces, they're really good. And as you can see in some of these, I mean, you can't even see no brush strokes. I really liked them. In this red, though, the crimson, I believe this was, you can see some of the brush strokes, and I, you know, wasn't really scribbling or anything hard, you know, or going through, but in some of the bigger areas you can see the brush strokes. But in the rest of the colors so far, like the browns, I mean, a little bit right there needs to be maybe touched up, but you can see really the brush strokes or anything. But they're, you know, trial and error I found with these. I've never worked a lot with alcohol markers. I have Sharpies, but they're nothing compared to these. These kind are so much different. And I really wanted to get some Copics, but wow, those prices are outrageous. So that is something that may happen way down the line, but not right now. I can't afford to spend that much money, nor do I really want to spend that much money on a pack of markers. The most I've spent on any coloring implements was my Prismacolor 150 set, and that one is normally 180, and I got it for, I think, 180, 190, excuse me, but I got it for like $80 some with a 50% off coupon at Michael's. So, and then I'm going to get the Faber-Castell 150 set, because I want to try some of I like their polychromos too, and I'm going to get some of those, and those run, you know, like 180 plus, so those are about the much I'm going to spend on any coloring implements. But when it gets past like 100 something, I choke on it, so no. But right now, I'm going to try these out. I'm going to do a review on them. Kind of do them. I mean, I did a little bit there. I do like them. The blending, I'm still working on the blending. I'm still learning, so some of it's not as good, but I'm still learning on that. But right now, I'm going to show you a few other things too I picked up at Michael's, which I'm going to try, that I'm trying out too, and I'm going to review them. By no means is this a sponsored video. This is not sponsored in any way. This is just, I bought these. I thought they were pretty good, you know. And, you know, they are definitely a cheap alternative to Copic and stuff, so I wanted to tell everybody about it, you know, kind of give some help, because there's not a lot of reviews that I found on Artist Loft, so I just wanted to add some out there. But first of all, you know, I'm going to try it on some of this marker paper. This is Canson, I believe I hope I'm pronouncing that right, marker paper, and it's XL. It is got 100 sheets, it's 18 pounds, 70 grams, it's 9 by 12 inches, and it's semi-translucent bright white. And this is what the paper looks like outside the thing. It even comes with a little piece of green paper that you can tear out and put in between your things so that markers don't bleed through, which is awesome. And everything. I got this there the other day. They had a pretty good deal going. They got, you know, buy two of these particular brands of any of their sketching books or any of their books, and then you get one for free. So I got myself some of their tracing paper, which is, I can get the name, sorry, is Strathmore, and there's both these were both on sale, or both having the deal, Strathmore and then the Canson. But this is some really good tracing paper, and it's really nice and thin. I mean, it's 2 sheets together and you can still see real good through it. So I got some of this to try. I'm going to use, I'm trying to create my own logo for my Etsy store, and I may even use it on here. And my Etsy store is called the Black Cat Oracle, and I'm going to, I drew a black cat that I'm going to use. Well, I'm going to take it and I'm going to trace it, and I'm going to put it onto a bigger sheet of paper, and then afterwards, before I'm going to draw, I'm going to put a moon for Amethyst Moon, trying to kind of combine both stores together and everything. And also I wanted to add, like crystal ball or something with the cat, and whatever else that comes to mind that, fits both my YouTube channel and my store. So I did, I want to trace the cat out of my sketchbook, and then I'm going to put a moon or something behind it, color that in, and then I'm going to add the cat. However I'm going to do it, I still kind of throwing the idea around, but I wanted to get some of that to try that out. And then I got, afterwards, to do it, I'm going to take some of this Craft Smart, it's graphite paper, and I'm going to put it down onto whatever paper I'm going to be drawing the picture back on. I'm going to trace it on there, and then it'll transfer it. So that is something I saw an artist on, oh gosh, on YouTube. I apologize, I cannot remember their channel name. She's a really awesome artist. She was, let me see, see if I can pull up her name real quick, but she was teaching something, because she does a lot of, teaching videos for for YouTube, for painting and stuff, and she's really, really awesome painter. And she was doing one where she was showing how to transfer an image from that you drew out and you didn't want to redraw on a canvas, I think it was. And she was showing that with the tray. I don't know what exactly she used for, she just used regular tracing paper, and I'm not sure if she used graphite paper or if she was using something else. But she, well, if my phone would load, awesome. But she really did an awesome job, and that's what gave me the idea of doing it that way, so I could, so I could, try it out. Here we are, I found her. And I'll put her link in the description box below when I find, and everything. Let's see if I can find her dang name. Okay. I am not for sure how to pronounce it. The Theartsherpa, I think is how it's pronounced. But she has got some really good thing. I've been kind of watching, because I'm trying to learn how to, do some canvas painting. My grandmother was amazing at it. And I thought, well, you know what? That's one thing I've never tried, is to paint on a canvas. So I wanted to try it and try to do a few paintings. I bought a few tiny canvases. And I've been watching a lot of her videos, kind of, show me how to do things and learn different techniques and stuff. And I've learned a lot of things I didn't know before, and everything, and about painting and everything, and like what she was saying, how to transfer the image from the canvas to from the picture that you have to a canvas and stuff. So that was pretty awesome. So I'll put her link in the description box below. Go check her out and see some of the really awesome creations she does. I mean, she really, really does some magical creations. And there's one painting I want to try to do that she put up there, and it's really awesome. It's this, I think it was a willow tree she did, and the tree was all in black, and then the willow branches were all in a rainbow color and stuff. And oh my gosh, it was beautiful. Mine, I don't think will even come close to hers. I know it won't come close to hers, but oh my gosh, I want to try that, because it was just amazing. But without further ado, we'll continue what we're doing. Sorry, got a little sidetracked. Anyways, I picked up some colored pencil paper as well, and it's got some really nice tooth to it. A really nice tooth to it, and I'm really excited to try this, because I want to see how it works with drawing on it, because I know sometimes the regular color books, sorry, well that's too, but the regular drawing pads and the sketchbooks and everything, I don't know, the colored pencil doesn't always grab to the tooth of the paper, so sometimes you can see the white in the background, and sometimes you have to layer a lot, and it's just, I want to try something and see how it looks. I want to see if I can make my pictures look a little more, not so colored, maybe, but alas. This one is by the Strathmore as well, and it's got 30 sheets. And this one, it's 100 pounds, and it's 9 by 12 as also, and it's acid free. But figured, you know, give them a try. So, you know, that's what I'm using for all my stuff. You know, if you find something, they have a whole bunch of different brands at Michael's. They have brands everywhere that are different than these. So, I mean, like I said, this is not a sponsored video. I'm just showing you what I'm using. Excuse me. And everything. So, I don't know if I'm going to like these or anything. After I use a couple of these, you know, I'll let you know how they do and stuff. But you're going to be with me while I do the... Oops, I got 2 pieces I did not want. Oopsies. You're going to be with me while I do the trial on here. So, we're going to see. I mean, this is pretty thin as well. So, that's why it's a good thing they give you the thing. Because I can see... I don't know if you can see... You can see kind of the UPC symbol through there. But without further ado, let's give a few tries on these markers. Now see, here's the big chunky end there, and then the little brush nib on the end. And they're not as flexible, I've seen, you know, as the Copic. I know I've seen people on YouTube and stuff doing with the Copics, and they are really, really flexible. But these ones aren't as flexible, but they are really smooth. And when they dry really nice. I've noticed that, you know, on, zoom in a little bit here for you. Anyways, I've noticed on the, when I was coloring and stuff, you could see the brush strokes in all of them, but once they dried, you couldn't see it at all. Whoops. Oh, good. And everything, and I thought that was really cool. I mean, I've never had markers like that. It's just amazing. I mean, you can watch it just dry. And they have a little bit of a smell to them, but not real strong, so I like that because I don't like the strong smelling ones because they really bug my asthma. So that's why I don't use my Sharpies very much, because my Sharpies really stink. But see, now, as for blending there, you know, those two aren't blending together. I mean, bear with me. Keep in mind, I am new. I know how to blend, but I'm not, like, really good at it. I've seen people on there that can do things that just blow my mind with blending. I'm like, wow. It's like, how did you do that? Please, teach me your secrets. But, I mean, I've heard that these don't blend a lot and stuff, but alas, what are you going to do? You need cheap alternatives. They do work. Let's see. Let it dry for a minute. Get the colorless blenders out and see how it does. I mean, it seems to me, I haven't figured out this colorless blender too awful much. Like I said, I'm a total noob to alcohol markers, and the colorless blender markers, I've never ever seen any. So I don't know. I think it needs to be, you know, maybe it needs to be still wet when you do it. I'm not fast enough to get it to when it's still wet. They dry pretty fast. I mean, if you get it while it's still wet, it does pull it out pretty good and stuff. So, I mean, that's a good thing. But it doesn't blend the middle in very well. And I don't know. I have never, like I said, never used a Copic, so I don't know how. I've only know what I've seen online, and I know they do pretty good from what I've seen, but I'm no expert on them and stuff. I mean, I don't know, let's try maybe a lighter blue. Oh, excuse me. Try 2 lighter blues together, maybe. And try to see how they do. And yeah, see, but I may be doing this wrong, like I said. I can never remember when I'm blending, you know, I always, you know, I usually use the darker color, and then I use the lighter color, so I may be doing it wrong, but, you know, the lighter color. Now, when it's wet, now that's not bad, but see, I guess you got to get it when it's really, really wet and put it down, because when it's wet, it seems to, well, nope, that one didn't do it. It did over there, though. Maybe it did it wrong, differently. Or maybe it's just, maybe, let's try this. You know what? I don't know. And then lay that down. And then maybe lay, there we go. There, that gives it a pretty good blend. I guess maybe lay it on top of each other. I don't know, layer it, I guess. It kind of gives it a little bit of a blend, but like I said, I am not good at blending. But I just wanted you to see, you know, how these markers hold up and how they work. I mean, they do color nicely, very nicely. And I have found that, you know, the colors are pretty good. Oh, this is actually the one this is what I used on the unicorn that didn't blend really well, but when it left the streak line, the lines. Don't mind my sad little heart. I wasn't trying to make it good, so just a real quick one, but I see. I guess it's not too bad. You can't really see the lines or anything. What happens if we draw it in another color? See if I can get myself on camera here. There we go. I'm gonna run out of place on camera. Oh, my hurts. They're kind of atrocious. Alright. Oops. Let's see. See what I'm talking about? When I don't know if you can see it kind of seeped over the edge, but it kind of bleeds. Not so much on this as it does on that really thin paper. But that's just, it's a Creative Haven ones. So I know the papers on those are more, you know, aren't as nicely made as the more expensive coloring books. So I know that they are a little cheaper. And stuff, so they can keep the cost down on the coloring books, so. And that's okay, because you know what? They're still really cool coloring books. I love them. I absolutely love the Creative Haven. I've got quite a few of those ones. And this one, unfortunately, this one seems to have a little, I don't know if it's a leak or what, but every time I take it in and out, it's always everywhere. Now the rest of them do that, and I know I bumped the thing, but I don't know if it's what's causing it or if it's just the marker. Might for once not be user operator errors. Alright, so here's my funny little heart. Don't mind it, I didn't put any effort into it really. It's just thrown together. Just try to kind of like, you know, show you the quality of these markers and everything. I mean, there's a little light spot in his center here, but covered over and everything. And kind of give him a color a little bit more color everywhere and see how it dries. And they don't actually do too bad. They did not leak through at all on my cover of my book, so I mean, you can see them through the back and you can feel them through the back. They're pretty wet and cold, but on my finger. But other than that, I mean, quality's there with these. I mean, I really like them. I'm curious on what the heck color is, and it turns out to be, wow, that is, looks like, in all reality, and honestly, you can't even see the color very well on the paper. It kind of looks like I used my colors blender on brown and kind of just try to clean it off, really. That is a pale color. You could go over it. I guess maybe if you go over it a few times, it turns into sand color. I mean, the cap is, oops, let me focus here. Cap is like almost white. But yeah, I guess even though on there it doesn't, the color is not the same. Come on, focus, camera. Oops, there's light shining in it. There we go. That's a little better. Hide the light. I can get the light to hide, but I can't in front of my window. But it's, yeah, there we go. There, that's more of what it looks like is that color. Sorry for the light's actually shining in my window and making it hard for anybody to see here. Alright. But without further ado, we are getting way off track here of everything, but I just wanted to, you know, throw them out there. I mean, blending, I don't know, but like I said, you want blending, you might have to go talk to somebody else who is a little bit better at blending, because I am not good at blending really very well at all. So, but I mean, they very well could be good at blending. I mean, I've heard both on there, on YouTube with them, whether they blend good or not, and stuff. So, I mean, they very well might be. It just may be the way I'm doing it, you know. I mean, it might not be wet enough. I might not be doing enough with it. I don't know. I mean, but I know from what my understanding is and stuff, they don't blend half as well as the Copic do, from my understanding. So, I mean, I don't know about that at all. Like I said, I've never used them, so, but, I mean, I'm not really impressed with the blending qualities, but I am impressed with their coloring qualities. And if, you know, I can't blend perfectly, that's okay. You know what? I've got other things to blend with and stuff. I've got plenty of other blending implements, and I may, you know, find my niche. I don't know. I may figure it out. Because even with the Colors Blender, but I don't know if I'm using this right either. But, excuse me. I'm not finding it blending. I mean, it blends out the edges really well. So, I mean, that's a good thing when they're wet enough. But when they're pretty dry, it doesn't seem to blend out the edges. Oh, maybe it does. Some colors it doesn't seem to work as well at. Oh, well, now that's kind of a nice blend, though. There we go. That kind of blended pretty well. So, maybe you just got to play with them a little bit, because that blended up that edge just really nicely. So, guess, you know, maybe it's just a little bit of experimenting with them. Alright. Anyways, my video is way too long now. It's damn near 30 minutes. Yeah, sorry, dang near 30 minutes. Apologize for being so long. I did a lot of too much rambling. I know I've got to work on that. So, thank you very much for joining me on my channel. I appreciate it. Please, if you like what I'm doing here, please give me a subscribe and a like. And if you want to get notifications for my videos, please hit the little bell on the bottom. And come join us every time I make a video. I'm going to try to get on here more and do them. I actually have been. I've got like a couple of videos, but they're uploading really slow because my upload speed apparently is snail. So I apologize for that. I've been trying to get one video up since last week, and it's always one headache or another. I literally, the second video I put up on my channel took me all day. I started it at 11 something, 12 something that day, and it took until 1 o'clock in the dang morning to get it done. So, shows how bad our internet is in this place. Anyways, thank you so very much for joining my channel. I will put the link of all this stuff I got here, if I can find it. If not, you know, Michael's. If I can't find the particular links on Michael's store and stuff, I'll put it in the chat. I'll put those in the comments or in the description below. If I can't, then I'll just put that. I got them all at Michael's in the description, and I will put the artist's YouTube channel link in there so you guys can go check her out. Alright, have a great day. Thanks for joining. Bye.